Hey there, Russell traders. David here from TradingFibs.com to bring you a live trade for June 18th, Tuesday, June 18th, 2013. We are on FOMC meeting day. FOMC minutes coming up tomorrow. A little chop action inside the range on the Russell from the low to the high. On EMA crossover within the range. Also on the 4 EMA, a little consolidation here. A little opportunity of entry within the range here at 7:13 Pacific Coast time with a bar 5 above 1321.80 and a solid Heikin Ashi bar long signal. But again, my style is not to trade within the range. I'm looking for an entry above 989.9 or below 984.5, 984.5 being the daily pivot and 989.9 being the weekly pivot, with some targets above, including the Camarilla lines and the daily R1. Looking at our market indices, we are up and down. Tick distribution hanging around 0. Our AD line still in the green, but moving sideways. Market breadth really a little bit stronger on the NASDAQ, 2.5 to 1. NYSE 1 to 1. And then the Russell just hanging out here flat. And looking at our overall market indexes, we had a nice break above 25-minute open range on all three. Russell deciding to hold within the range and not going anywhere quick. All right, so when we get into a live trade here, I'll come back and see where we go. All right, so we have our first price action break of the 25-minute open range here. Looking for an entry above 989.9. All other markets are rising above 25-minute open range nicely here. With some conviction. Again, we have market internals with a nice high tick. AD line increasing. Again, a market breadth increasing on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the leader here. We have come to a level of 989.9, so that would have been a quick tick profit, but there's no entry in my mind here yet until at least I get a nice solid bar, nice solid Heikin Ashi bar above 989.9. I have the daily R1 right above, and I have a fib level up here. Nice EMA crossover. It's been sustained all the way back from inside the range. Looking for a momentum move here. Got about 50-50 above the open range, coming back down a little bit. Price action rose, rising above on the 5-minute bar, but coming back down. Holding me out of the trade. Yes, a little bit of a reach up to weekly pivot 1 and rebound. So I want to see the momentum move, which would be above the weekly R1. We got target right above of the daily R1, which gives me a little bit of a close range. Holding off for now. All right, so here we have our price action. Might have a Heikin Ashi bar close above the 25-minute open range, and any other given day without resistance right here, I would probably most likely take an entry here. I have a nice EMA crossover on 2 charts. Only thing that's holding me back that I'm looking at is market internals just have not had a wide range today. From a high of 560 to a low of -191, looking for something above 500 with conviction. We're here at 48.54, which doesn't make much of a oomph in this market. NASDAQ leading the way again. Market internals, for the most part, are flat but in the green. Again, looking for an entry above the weekly R1 here. Advancers, decliners at 600. Price action above. EMA. We are at the high of the day. And price action not wanting to get in yet. Price action just moving like a snail, but we are having some solid increase here above the weekly pivot. We are grabbing the daily R1, weekly R1. Daily R1 up above, though it might be the resistance line. I'm going to go ahead and actually wait till we come a little bit above the daily R1. And take an entry on that. That might be a line of resistance here. Market internals increasing on the tick. Market breadth has gone from flat to a little bit of a climb here. And AD line is increasing. AD line at 750. Market breadth increasing. Overall indices just chopping it up on the above the 25-minute open range. Now the Russell taking a little bit of a climb. And we have hit a resistance of daily R1. So I'm actually going to wait to enter until above daily R1. CAM H4 above at 990. 992. Still waiting on an entry. All right, folks. Decided to go ahead and take an entry. Price actions has held up above the weekly R1, so weekly R1 has been showing support. Had a nice AD line increase above 700. Market breadth has really started to come up. And also taking a look at my other market indices, having a nice strong buy signal on all four. So we have gone ahead and taken an entry. Go ahead and place a stop at the top of the open range at 989.1. And place our first targets to come off at, go ahead, take 992. Make this a short one today. This is the CAM H4. And I'm going to move our stop to break even +1. Which lines up also with a fib target. $991.9. Again, I only trade 2 contracts. Trade 4, you can trade 10, you can trade 40, whichever your account can manage. Same ideals. Half contracts off here at the first target. CAM H4 coming up. Fib line 991.9, 992 at the CAM. Front run my exit. Market breadth picked up very nicely. AD line above 700, now at 800. EMA crossover since the beginning of the open range. Been doing nice. Got a nice buying above here, above the daily R1. Nice strong Heikin Ashi bar. We're going to see this come off. As soon as this target is hit, I'll move my stop to break even, or break even plus 1. Not much of a range there today. And go ahead and come back when that target's been taken out and stop move to break even. All right, market has had somewhat of a small rebound here. I've decided to go ahead and take off both contracts at the target of 991.9. EMA still above crossover, basing it on a lot of daily pivot up here in the pivot line up here on the AD. Even though market breadth is nice and strong, Russell has had a nice little lift here. I'm still sideways here, hugging the 0 line. Not a lot of strength. I'm split greens and reds, a little bit more on the green side now. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick profit out. And if I am to re-enter, it will be above 992 with stronger market internals. So let's see if we'll be taken out here. CAM H4 at 992. Front running that to 991.9. I do have a resistance line at 991.8, which was the Surrey, S-U-R-I, Surrey open range lines. The market internals are holding up and indices are holding up above 25-minute open range, so I'm going to remain in this trade. All right, so here we are. We're approaching our target. Everything is holding up. Should be taken out here. Holding up above daily R1. What's unsettling a little bit is just the slowness, the pace of the market here, and that's why I'm just going to go ahead and take my contracts off. Any other given day with a lot of maybe perhaps more volume or more fast pace, I'd stay in the trade longer, but I'm just going to go ahead and take my contracts off here. Should be able to go ahead and grab that up, 991.9. CAM H4, going to hold the line. And price action above the EMA. Hindsight 2020 trading. Nice crossover, but inside the range. Just technically trading on that. We had a nice rise back from 7:13 Pacific Coast time. Right it up through the range, a little bit of resistance here at the weekly pivot. Daily R1. I'm sorry, yeah, weekly R1, and daily R1. And we can see we're struggling up here, and this is why I'm just going to go ahead and take my contracts off. All right, Russell traders, in this trade longer than I thought it would be. But again, what keeps me in the trade? I have my EMA crossovers that are still 5 above 13, above 21, above 80. I have a 5 above 34. I have my stop in place. I haven't changed that. My target's still up here at 991.9, which I'm going to take off all my contracts, being the way the market is handling itself with pre-FOMC minutes tomorrow. So still looking to just take off my full amount here and not take a loss. Okay, we're nearing the target. Hesitancy. Weekly R1 has held up. Our daily R1 is holding up now. My weekly, my EMA keep me in the trade, remove my emotion, take a little bit of heat on some of these down bars, keep my stop at the top of the 25-minute open range. Not the best of days to take a trade up here, but with stronger green internals, increasing tick not the way I like to see it. Not a lot of range here, pretty much hugging the line zero, but increasing market breadth overall. On the Russell, a D line coming close up to the pivot line here. Closing in on our target. All price action above the 25-minute open range, the momentum move. Strong Heikin Ashi bars. Closing in on the target, one tick away. We are at the high of the day, high of the session, 992, and we are out. All right, took a little longer than I expected. Price may run up here still. Got a nice strong market internals increasing on all four indices. A lot of chop action on the side. Russell taking a little bit of a increase here. Happy to get out of this trade. Take my profit. Take no loss and walk away. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up trade number 1 for today, June 18, 2013. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only, to support your knowledge in the market and see what's going through my head on any given trade. Please make sure you have a solid trading plan. Never move your stop, like today, when placing a trade. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets. You can follow me on Twitter at TradingFibs, TradingFibz, or take a look down in the comments in the information section below. I only trade what's in front of me and on the charts on any given day. Have yourself a good one. I'm out.